President Donald Trump is getting blasted on social media for his response to the shooting in New Zealand that led to the death of 49 people. Now, the president first tweeted out a link, I should say, to Breitbart shortly after the mass shootings. And then hours later, on Twitter, offered his, quote, warmest sympathy and best wishes to some of these victims. Now, the president first tweeted this. He said, "My warmest sympathy and best wishes goes out to the people of New Zealand after the horrible massacre in the mosques. 49 innocent people have so senselessly died, with so many more seriously injured. The U.S. stands by New Zealand for anything we can do. God bless all." Best wishes, guys. Yay. What is this, a birthday party? Is this like or like a wedding? Or what's going on here? You don't say best wishes to people that are the victims of a mass shooting. But look, hey, you know what? We can ignore that, right? Because Trump's a moron. Fair enough. This is the same guy who, after Newtown, had to write in his notes, "Please listen." Okay, listen as in a reminder to, turns out you have to listen to the victims. Right. No, the real problem with this is that it didn't include certain things. Right? Now, the shooter had written an 80-page rambling manifesto, right, that touted Donald Trump and other right-wing figures, weirdly Candace Owens, I'm not sure why, Ben Shapiro, and said that Trump was a, quote, symbol of renewed white identity and common purpose. Now, this, look, it also, this thing did not mention the guy had far-right views, and also it didn't mention how this guy hated Muslims, or that he was a terrorist, right? And not only that, but he didn't rebuke that this guy was essentially a fan. No. None of that. That did not happen. So, of course, social media users, they called him out for it. And he said, we'll start with Sean King, who said simply, "You inspired this man." Rent-Free Hat says, "That's nice, but you reacted to this terrorist attack by tweeting a link to Breitbart. It's like linking Arby's and then denouncing meat." Not Arby's. But Breitbart is basically an anti-Muslim publication. And they talk about white genocide all the time, which again is something that in the manifesto this shooter had talked about. There's more. Love Life says, "Best wishes is not the appropriate word to use." Celia notes that this is a massacre, not a wedding. I'm actually not going to talk about make any red wedding jokes today because it's not the time. Emma Evans says, "They were murdered in a terrorist attack by white nationalists who are huge fans of yours. Very inspired. Warmest sympathy. The message sent to his white nationalist supporter base, he had to say that, but they got the message, so do we." Now that's interesting because, again, a lot of white supremacists, I guess, talk in code. With just to like, they hide everything in the subtext, right? And so it's pretty insidious. So by not actually doing a strong denouncement, they're like, oh, good. That means Donald Trump is still on our side. Emma Evans says, "Effing PewDiePie made a more sincere sounding tweet than you." So let me address that, right? So now during the live stream of the shooting, which was immediately taken down, and it should be, you should not view that, because for one, he wants you to watch that. And then he wants Muslims, of course, across the world to watch that and to get very, very angry and to sow more division. So not a good thing to watch that video. But during that, he told people to subscribe to PewDiePie. Why? I don't know why. And of course, afterwards, PewDiePie, Felix, put out this huge thing saying, "Hey, look, I 100% denounce this guy. I'm actually sickened by him saying my name. I've got nothing to do with this." Okay, look, that's pretty good. That's what you're supposed to do, right? And I think it's probably because this guy's trying to troll, because he put out a lot of trolling statements during the manifesto because it was really weird and very rambling, right? So enough about PewDiePie. Let's go to Bishop Talbert Swan, who said, "Nobody wants your insincere sympathy or best wishes. Sentiments that you have expressed are behind these senseless murders. You are complicit in echoing this vitriolic hatred across the globe and emboldening those who would act upon it. Trump, you have blood on your hands." Whew. Damn. Dr. Mag says, "Warmest sympathy and best wishes. What's wrong with this man? Are you wishing a birthday?" Rogue White House senior advisor says, "You lit this fire." Jonathan Sabin says, "Best wishes. It's not an effing birthday card." Leslie Abravanel says, "Best wishes. You tweeted a link to an anti-Muslim website, and now you're offering best wishes. An anti-immigrant white supremacist shot 49 innocent people because he hates the religion. And he hates all the people who follow that religion. I wonder where he got his motivation from. You're disgraced and demented. Resign." And Trifecta said, "Yesterday you said your fans would resort to violence. That got quick results." Now that's such a good point, because I want to give you a quote here that President Trump has said, which, by the way, has now been dropped from that Breitbart interview, as if it never happened, right? But I've got the quote here. He says, "I can tell you I have the support of the police, the support of the military, the support of the bikers for Trump. I have the tough people, but they don't play it tough until they go to a certain point. And then it would be bad, very bad." Really? Really? Oh, but no, you don't understand, Jeff. We're not supposed to interpret that as violent. You're just reading into things. Oh, that's what that is. And finally, Dean Obadala says, "How do people get radicalized to kill Muslims? Here's one way." And he quotes Trump, "If you have people coming out of mosques with hatred and death in their eyes and on their minds, we're going to have to do something. We have a problem in this country. It's called Muslims." I think that is very, very clear where he stands on that. And finally, Decca says, "Radical right-wing terrorism. Say it. You are the inspiration, after all." Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.